Guys, my name is Amish Tripathi and I'm the director of the Nehru Center. The Nehru Center is the cultural wing of the Indian High Commission in the UK, and we've been in existence for many decades, and we organize wonderful events at this very auditorium, which is in Mayfair in central London. Sadly, as you can see, the auditorium is empty. It has been empty since we were all put into lockdown due to the coronavirus pandemic. But what we Indians believe is that the other side of a crisis is an opportunity. And what we have done at the Nehru Center is moved all our events online. So now, if you attend our online events, every single seat is a VIP seat. Like you get a front row at our events. No trouble of parking, no trouble of traveling all the way. And most practically all the programs that we would do, like literary discussions and dance performances, musical performances. We are doing them all on our online channels. You can register at for our newsletter at our website nehrucenter.org.uk. You don't need to write them down; they will be displayed at the bottom of the screen. You can also come to our Facebook page, which is a verified page, the Nehru Center. You can follow updates on all our events on Twitter as well, the Nehru Center. That's also a verified account, or you can come to our YouTube channel. Again, the Nehru Center. We are nothing if not consistent. I hope you do come to our online channels and enjoy the events that we're putting up for you. Thank you so much for all your love and support. Namaste. Jai Hind.
Namaskar. My name is Katrina Root. I come from Latvia and I'm a Odissi dance practitioner. Since I was a child, I wanted to do classical Indian dance. I think at the time I barely knew what is it. I never saw it, but the thought was here. I always wanted to do it. When I was a teenager, I tried to track anything classical Indian dance related in my country, but at that time there was nothing. Only later I've met my first teacher, a lady from Moscow, who apparently was a Kathak dancer and ethnologist. Her name was Svetlana. That's how I started my journey as a dancer. A part of giving us the basics of the dance, she also taught us to constantly educate ourselves, to constantly read and learn more and more. She also gave amazing basics of theory of classical dance in general and the history of classical dance. So until today, I'm very grateful to her and to the fate that I have met her. In terms of Odissi, again, I was looking for Odissi teachers in Europe for years and I couldn't find any. And then I came up upon a lady from Sweden, Annette Puja, who became my first Odissi teacher. I used to travel to Sweden every now and then and used to learn my steppings and arasas and my first Mangala charan. So I was going for a few days, learning something, coming back home, practicing, and then after a month or two or three, going again. That's how it started. Then I moved to London. I went to Bhavan and I saw amazing Swapnakalpa Dasgupta, with whom I continued to learn Odissi and to perfect my skills. And then I continued learning under Urbi Basu, and after a few years, I became her teaching assistant as well. And that's how I started teaching Odissi. For me, Odissi is more than a dance. It's a means to constantly make yourself grow and develop and achieve new things in terms of physical body, because this dance combines very feminine and very masculine aspects. It has both Tandava and Lasya intertwined. Also in terms of emotional level and spiritual as well. It's incredibly deep, and the more I go into it, the more I learn, the more I realize that I think in this life, there is no way for me to learn everything. Not in this life, not perhaps in few other lives. It's incredibly rich world. And I only wish I can share what I found there with my students, with the spectators. So please enjoy the performance. I would like to sincerely thank Nehru Center for organizing this amazing project. Thank you so much, and thank you all other participants. Thank you. Enjoy the performance.
Hi, this is Elena Catalano, and I am an Odissi dancer based in London. I'm originally from Italy. My journey, I have been dancing throughout my life, but my journey in Indian classical dance began in 2008 when I began to explore Bharatanatyam and Kathak. At that time, I was really fascinated by these forms, yet I felt something was missing. And by speaking with my Kathak and Bharatanatyam teachers, I was told that there was this form, Odissi, that combined fluidity of movement with the clarity of, Bharatanatyam stances, which I really liked it, the yogic element, the extension of the lines. So I got fascinated by this idea of this form. There was not really YouTube at the time, or for me, any chance to either see a performance or attend a class. So in 2009, 10, I made a decision to go to India, and I went straight to Orissa, to Sirjan, which is my kind of alma mater for Odissi, where I have learned all my basic and a lot of the classical repertoire. So at the same time, in 2010, I received a scholarship by Indian Council for Cultural Relations, which allowed me to spend 2 years in New Delhi studying Odissi under Priyambada Patnaik, who is a senior student of Nitragram. At the same time, I was traveling to Orissa to learn under Sujata Mohapatra and Radhika Mohapatra. So the bulk of my learning has been really provided by these fantastic teachers. I've then continued with Sujata, both traveling regularly to India and yet during international workshops. I've also been really, really fortunate to learn under um, Madhavi Mudgalji and more recently under Bijoyini Satpati through a virtual mentorship. And in the last years, also, I have attended workshop by Sharon Lowen and Sharmila Bishwas. Each one of these fantastic, amazing artists has left something really precious in me. And I think, yeah, it has made me the dance I am and I'm constantly becoming. I also want to acknowledge my music learning from Ram Prasadji, who has clarified a lot of understanding of music, and Ranjana Gataku is teaching me singing. Yeah, so for me, Odyssey is, I landed to Odyssey when I was an adult, when I was grown up. So there was so much already that I have searched. And Odyssey almost felt like I had reached the point, I had reached what I was looking for. A place where everything can happen, where there is so much wealth of subtleties and knowledge and understanding that you can spend a whole life and more just digging into it. For me, Odyssey is is a comfort zone in a way, in terms of it feels like home, although it's an Indian dance form and I'm not Indian. I do feel very much at home, and what I like most about this dance is the combination of being so grounded and centered, and yet this ability of letting your spine move and the breath move through the spine. So that at the physical point of view, I also love the emotive and emotional um, ability of this dance to carry forward emotions, as well as the clarity of the rhythm and the beautiful musicality. And yes, a lot of people say that really they get haunted by Odyssey music, and that certainly is the case for me. I can listen to Odyssey music all day, every day. So that is it, really. So for me, dancing is definitely a physical element, but I use my body as a conduit for exploration of my mind and my soul. So for me, when I'm dancing, I'm really um, knowing more about myself. I can uh, observe how my mind is focused or not focused. So it's a mirror for the soul. not a vanity mirror, but a deep mirror that allows you to improve yourself in so many ways. It does seem like an aesthetic, and it is an aesthetic form, but it's really spiritual. It connects you to deep meaning and allows you to see the universe in a much more nuanced way. So when I dance, I do feel like I'm merging with the universe, with the sound, and I can become a plant, I can become another character. So that gives me so much power also to abandon part of my ego, if that is possible, to remember that there is more than the I in me. So this is all. Thank you so much. I would like to thank Nehru Center and Sri Radha Paul for organizing this and allowing us to present some beautiful items choreographed by Guru Kelucharan Mahapatra, who was an absolute genius and an artist of infinite inspiration, who has left us with this ocean of beauty to just sip every day, sip from every day. Thank you.
Hi, my name's Mariam Shakiba and I'm a London-based Odissi dance artist. My journey with Odissi started in 2009 during a backpacking trip to India, where I saw a performance and I was so captivated that I started having lessons the next day. And within a couple of weeks, I realized that this is what I wanted to dedicate my life energy to. It's such an incredibly beautiful form, and it's so emotionally, physically, and mentally fulfilling. And it's just drawn me deeper and deeper in as the years have gone by. I've been lucky enough to train with some of the most outstanding teachers and gurus in the field, including studying extensively under Guru Sujata Mohapatra, and also training under one of my other teachers, Kolina Shakti. And I've also been really fortunate to study with Guru Madhavi Mudgal and also Ilyana Chituristi. It's been quite a journey, it's a huge commitment, and also I feel like it's been a very fulfilling one. I feel like it's kind of like a long-term relationship where you're committed, you're in. Sometimes everything's amazing and it's just flowing. Other times it's a lot more difficult, but you stick with it because you know that the good times are going to come back, and you know that you're in this for the long run. A big part of what drew me to Odissi as well was the devotional aspect of it. And that's also, I feel, what has been a big driver throughout this journey of learning Odissi and studying Odissi and practicing Odissi all the time. It's very much also for me a deeply spiritual practice where I feel like through my immersion in it, through my training, I feel like I'm able to grow in my spiritual life as well as in my physical life, trying to attain maybe not enlightenment in this life, but just trying to climb those rungs of the ladder and achieve some kind of sense of heightened consciousness. And I feel like the dance form, in the way that we learn it, in the way that it's structured, in the way that it's passed down from guru to disciple, really fosters that internal growth. I really also feel that the beauty of Odissi can be appreciated by everyone. It really has the ability to reach out and touch people's hearts, maybe in ways that they didn't even realize could be touched. And so I'm really happy to be able to share just a fragment of my dance today. It's a humble, humble offering, and it's not perfect, but all we can do is strive for perfection in this life. I'd like to say a huge thank you to the Nehru Centre for offering us this platform to share the beauty of Odissi and what's happening with Odissi in this country, some elements of it. A huge thank you to the director of the Nehru Centre, Amish Tripathi ji, and also to the deputy director of the Nehru Centre, Gohare ji. Also, a huge, huge thank you to Sri Radha Paul, who's played a huge part behind the scenes in pulling this together. So thank you so much for taking the initiative to make this happen, even while we're all still in some form of lockdown and in different parts of the city doing different things. Thank you so much. I hope you enjoy the program.
त्र्यम्बके गौरी नारायणी नमोस्तुते सृष्टि स्थिति विनाशनम् शक्तिभूते सनातनी गुणाश्रये गुणामये नारायणी नमोस्तुते शरणागत दीनार्ता परित्राणा परायणे सर्वसाक्षी हरे देवी नारायणी नमोस्तुते नारायणी नमोस्तुते नारायणी नमोस्तुते नारायणी नमोस्तुते 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 नमोस्तुते